Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our Hades Clear on Theron and Rylea. That actually went really well. I'm just feeling really bad that I didn't notice the comments until after I went off air, like a derp.
So were there any good comments?
So, but thank you
Because I haven't seen them.
Thank you for those who did join on that. We really appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
For now, though, we're on the MSQ, aren't we? I think
Yep.
Alphino's looking at us funny over there.
Yes.
Hello, Alphino!
Yeah, I remember he just got wounded.
That's right.
So we should see how he's doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully his eye is in better shape than yours.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hello, Alphino. Sorry about that. Sorry about making you wait for how long?
A week.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers, while more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Ooh, earrings. Yeah, that's valuable.
Go for the Alleghane server piece, please, and thank you, little Ellison.
Desperate times. Ooh, 110s. Alphino wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. No, I'm generally on 130s. Wow.
Just a second before we do this next leg, I want to check my classes. They did,
Yeah.
because that was all like melee, ranged,
Well,
and
a couple of
tank.
them had strength, so at least one should be tankish.
Yeah, one's tankish, one's strength melee, and the other is ranged melee.
Come on.
Okay, that is okay. I've technically got 70.
Yeah, that's tank.
What was them offering?
The second one, the
110.
first one is tank.
Woohoo!
The second one is strength, determination, vitality, direct hit.
Okay,
So that should be melee.
that would be for
then-
like your lancer.
Yeah, and then there's dex, skill speed, and direct hit. So more archer.
Or ninja. Ninja can take them at this point.
Right, which, of course, is not me.
Yeah.
So it's basically warrior or dragoon for me, and I know warrior beats it.
My warrior, or my paladin could use one because I've got a 70 ring.
Yeah, and I've got a 90 on dragoon, so I'll be taking the
And-
dragoon ring.
Both my rings on rogue are 130, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what we want.
Yep.
But
And
first,
we're to the point where the quests are handing us things that matter.
so it's good to check it and know what you want ahead of time.
Do we want this?
No, we don't want this.
We want Raban over here.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it as tank and then turn in for the ring. You just need to know ahead of time what you want.
Yeah, it's all figuring out what ring I want.
Hello, Raban. As I load in.
Now is not a good time, Ladonia, Rena. My hands are full dealing with the refugees.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're here.
Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphano, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your Georgians. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They're damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of the refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this counterpeg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Till that is done, any investigation can wait. Do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, a monetarist would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request for such information, but I've no doubt you can persuade him with your silver tongue.
We have silver tongues? I thought that
No,
was
we
your
have
job.
Silverhead nodding.
I thought it was Alphino. He did all the talking. We just stood back and nodded our heads.
Yes. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we?
The kid abandoned us!
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Swift.
Warrior, actually. You look as though you have something to say. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there.
Okay, Lost Hope. Is that out the front gate or the back gate? I think it's out the front gate.
Probably the front. Because it should all be central.
By the way, we have a possibility of 3 different guild buffs. Which would you like? We have Heat of Battle, which is more XP gained in combat. We have Fleet-Footed, which means faster sprint time inside of cities. And a Man's Best Friend, which is earned XP earned by companions, up by 10%.
Ooh, that's tempting. I was thinking the first one, but that last one is tempting.
Okay, let's go with that one. I'll need to go buy more company buffs
and
later.
we'll need to remember to keep the chocobos out so they can get the XP.
Yeah, and unfortunately they only get it when we're in combat in the overworld.
Yeah.
Something
Speaking
to keep in
of,
mind.
Oh, wow.
Hmm?
Yeah, Marshmallow is getting close to 9.
Ooh, how is Peeps doing? Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
That is close.
Mine is like even closer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Speaking of
914
which-
out of 940.
Peeps! There you spy girl.
Something need working? We'll want to mount up for this.
Ah, that far away?
Yeah.
Here's Eorzea.
Mm-hmm.
Who can fly? She is so happy.
She can fly, she can fly, she can fly, she can...
By the way, I've went ahead and highlighted the Hades takedown from earlier
good.
today. All right, Lost Hope.
Yeah, all the way out here.
Get a good hour out of you peeps.
Mm-hmm.
Oma Burga.
Okay.
And what brings you here, adventurer? Searching for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees. Oh no,
Yeah.
you won't find them here. Most of the people at Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like the merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go.
Oh.
And Leofric, who I believe is the acting commander here.
I didn't expect them to send you two. I take it this means someone has read my report. No, no one has read anything. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie lookie.
Hello, Foxfire.
Hey.
Hello, Zazawaga.
And the guys are back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. Wait, I know your face. Are you not the woman from the Church of Saint Adama Landama?
Yes, we are.
1,000 pardons, my friends. I mistook you for one of the thugs who've been tormenting us.
Oh dear.
If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. Maybe. What do we do?
Continue talking with him?
Oh, 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you will understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg you, find them before he does.
I will note that as a story plot point, this has really dropped off.
Yeah, well, they had hints of this during the original story, and they really pile it on during this sequence. And once it comes to something of a head a little later on, that's the end of it.
Because if I remember right, this was actually kind of a big plot point in 1.0 and Odolda, but then it just like disappears. Probably because we're trying to stop an earth-shattering kaboom.
Yeah, well.
Hello, Mr. Terrified Refugee.
What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw!
We're not drawing anything.
Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together, and you'd be here with me, be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone?
I think he needs some soothing. It's okay. It's okay. We're here to help.
Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I follow the merchant. May the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. Split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. Then the flames found us. We didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, They started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting. And the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh god, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
I'm gonna take that tanking ring, please and thank you.
Yes. I will take the Dragoon ring, and before I forget all of that...
Put it on.
Yeah, that's the 90. Come on. Put that as a pile of future donations.
Hello,
Chalk
Octi.
and... Yes!
Yeah, sorry we missed you earlier when we were streaming the Hades Clear. We were kind of a little busy. I feel bad
Just
because
a
I
bit.
didn't notice you in comments until after I'd logged out. I feel like such a schmuck. But I think
but you're a smuck who got Hades.
Yes, we did take care of these. Haha. It was because Octi was granting us good luck.
Mm-hmm. Shock and awe, the terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. Pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Yeah. Oh, if only we'd never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat to show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot.
But there are 2 women here. 3 if you include the ninja that just stomped in.
Yes. Okay, more rings, and this is healing and casting.
An 80 and a 90. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the...
Oh boy, I need a new casting ring. Item level 49. Yeah, I will be taking the casting when it comes to it.
Trump. But yeah, I'm still very pleased with that Hades. Especially since Talon totally got MPV for that fight. Because not only did they call a mechanic correctly, and having that made the difference on whether we succeeded in the fight or not, then they also kept us from wiping, which we nearly did because Theron has problems telling hot versus cold when it comes to those freaking tethers. Actually, no,
Yeah,
that particular time is he went down to the tethers and didn't have enough mana to try and get everyone else healed from the doom.
Yeah.
I need to get better at that. Hello, Mr. Desperate Refugee.
Doom is rough.
Yes, it is. And the fact that it's on 3 people.
3, okay.
Yeah, both tanks and myself.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming Suki was there.
Yeah. So in the hells, they found us. Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves.
Who said anything about killing?
They did.
I'm sleeping this last guy. If he'll let me. There we go.
No, we're not done yet.
They're going up in power.
That's their problem. Are we done?
I hope so.
Tell me there's other survivors. You beat him like it was nothing. All almighty, what are we gonna do now?
Put down your arms and go home, and we'll never speak of this again.
Yeah.
After all, if the flames don't know you were involved, then you weren't involved. Hello, Mr. Terrified Refugee.
You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over?
He wasn't there.
Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others?
I hope not.
Okay. Yeah, that's the casting one. Yeah, much better.
Say when you're ready.
Okay. Reap the whirlwind.
Dun dun dun.
The terrified refugee would have you find the shady figure who is trying to stir dissent among his brethren. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? Much more suffering must we endure before it ends. Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Okay, and let's take a look here.
Stone's Throw's a little bit of a distance.
Yeah, but first. So, tanking necklace, melee necklace, and ranged necklace. $130.
90.
And $130. Yeah, they have nothing
Yeah,
for
not
me.
touching that one.
Where is that?
90.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got two 90s that could be replaced.
Probably whichever class has the lower overall score.
Though I'm thinking I might want to just do tank, because that one is a lot more gear dependent when it comes to dungeons.
Hmm.
And off from Lost Hope. Ooh, nice clear day that you can see all of Ul'dah. including the airship.
Yeah. And they were giving some nice angles on the city earlier.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to talk to this wee one. Hey, wee one, are you okay? You look kind of upset. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd come back soon, but it's been days. They left with a man from Ul'dah. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry. I got scared. Say, Mrs., are you looking for someone? What should we say?
I'm looking for someone stirring up trouble.
Okay. Okay. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him.
Now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Do I look gullible enough? You! Time to leave.
He's getting away. Go get him, Mrs. Mrs.?
Miss I? And all else fails, try a Latinate ending.
Charge! We have a criminal seeking chocobo! She never fails. See? He's right here. Hum.
You again! Why are you pursuing me? Why are you running?
Why do you think?
Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who's filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Huh? You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None.
Actually, we have witness testimony.
No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me.
Grr!
For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a quickens arse about politics. It's business. Only business.
Yeah, that's what Alden would say. Grr?
Both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything.
We'll give it our best shot. Oh no.
And so did somebody else.
Surprised he didn't take us out too.
With our armor? What's all this commotion? Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Oh, do we ever really run into the stone torches except for, well, right here?
Yes, actually we do. They're rarer to see, but you see them more in some of the outlying areas, particularly where Old Daw has digging interests.
Right.
They're in front of Copperbell Mine, and you find them in southern Thanaland near the archaeology dig. Basically, they cover all the places the Brass Blades won't.
Yeah.
And both
that must be a thankless job.
And both the Brass Blades and the Stone Torches are effectively mercenary troops.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's Old Daw.
Mm-hmm.
Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as events leading up to his death. Well, here's about to spill the beans.
We had him this close.
This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murder a debt of gratitude.
No, they were definitely covering stuff.
In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scions.
Well, I guess it's back to the Hall of Flames, see if Alfie turned up any.
If that arrow was shot from where you indicated, the archer must have a good eye and better aim.
It was pretty spot on.
Yeah. No doubting the aim, sadly.
Well, whoever paid him, I hope they paid him well, because he was definitely worth his weight in gil. I mean, it'd be suck if it was like, oh yeah, loyal henchman, I hear you're good with a bow. Go kill me this man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, dude, you're worth more than that.
Good assassins are usually expensive.
And back to the Hall of Flames. I decided it was Tank that was getting the necklace, right?
Maybe?
Maybe?
Yeah, what did I decide?
I don't remember.
Oh, I decided that all of mine were at 130.
Oh.
I think. Let's see, this is Tank. Let's
Quick, double check!
Oh yeah, both 130.
And of course, any ranged we're getting won't be for another 20, 30 levels, so...
Yeah... What's the plan on ranged?
We're both going Dancer.
Yeah. Okay.
Eventually, when we get there.
Yeah. What news, Ladonia? Rena? Where's the merchant?
Dead?
The morgue. Murdered? Damn it all to the seventh hell. Not simply murdered Ladonia, Rena. He was silenced. Yeah, I noticed. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. And tell me when you sort your gear.
Okay. Revolution!
You say you want a revolution? Swift has a message for you from General Rauban. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew.
Okie
Now,
dokie.
first, more gear investigation. That should be the casting and healing necklaces. 90, 130. Okay, I will want casting.
And it's a what? Oh,
130.
Okay. Oh, maybe that could use an upgrade. Holy moly, those rings. Why do I have strength rings on my casting?
Uh-oh.
49 and 49. Strength, vitality, skill, speed, tenacity.
Why did you not replace one of those when they gave you rings 2 quests ago? You are a ditz.
Just now realize that? Let's double check. Oh, wait, it wants to replace them with a brand new ring and the weathered ring. Both have what, like 1 point of int and mind across them. Oh my god, that's hilarious. What the heck?
Yeah, I thought some of my gear was bad.
Sniff.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Chat. Tavi hit White Mage 72 today. To quote her, my kitty is now a flashlight.
Which chat is this?
Stream chat?
Oh, right. Yes.
Not only that, she's glaring at everything.
Yeah, it's, I have an alt by the name of Kyoto. He is a male Ara. And for a long time, I kept waffling on should he stay White Mage because it didn't really fit his character. And then he hit Shadowbringers, and I realized it was the perfect class for him because he could glare at everyone all day long.
Yes. Yeah, the White Mage rework of abilities at the beginning of Shadowbringers is
all the stone
noticeable.
spells become a glare, and they get very loud and very flashy.
Because and the thing is, of course, what they never really say and everything, but of course, this will all generally happen right after you go through Holminster Switch, assuming you're going through it with White Mage as your main.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you're getting all these light-based spells right after you take in all that light-based ether from the final boss from the Light Warden.
Yes.
So they actually very thematically put it in there and never say a word about it.
Yeah, and a lot of people were really confused for a while. I remember talking on chat with folks of why stone suddenly became glare until I pointed it out to them because it's a light spell. And they're like, oh.
Yeah. Because they never say word one about it. They just substitute it in quietly at about the time that you're hitting that.
Hello, Alphino. Any luck? Hopefully better than yours.
Excellent work. The information you brought us helped me persuade General Raban to call this meeting. Mayhap now we can discuss matters openly and honestly.
Of course, the entire Holminster Switch 71 flip over, or 72 flip over to glare is also dependent on the fact that if you're doing it right when the expansion came out, so you didn't overcap on your levels.
Also true. Also true.
So it doesn't quite work out as well as it did at the time it dropped. Hello, Bartholomew.
We have been expecting you, madams. Please proceed inside. And I was saying casting, wasn't I?
Yeah, I'm going casting.
And
Commander
cities.
Swift has kept
Maybe
us
even voiced
apprised
one.
of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Oh no, that's not good.
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Yes, it is a battlefield. That's one of the PvP 48-man fights. You don't want messing there.
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Wait, what?
Pardon?
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Now, that was a plot point that will be revisited.
More than once.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Omega.
Another super weapon. Lovely.
Just a second. I'm.
Yeah.
Necklace. Achieve.
Necklace. Necklace. Big
There you
crown
go.
thingy.
Yeah. Okay, wrists. Strength.
We'll worry about that once we get through the intro and are looking at the journal.
Okay.
At least that's how I've been doing it.
Okay.
Stories we tell. Recent revelations weigh heavily on Alphina's mind. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the evidence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you two are already well positioned to do so. Lieutenant Sfrith, pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartano.
Aye, aye, sir.
Begone, whelp. This is no place for children.
Oh. I'm sorry. Hey there, Ellie. Don't look so down. I was looking for you, Mrs. You two said you were looking for the man who left with my parents.
Yes. You know this girl?
Yeah, we met her on the outsides of Stone Throw.
So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see.
Did you find the man? Were my parents with him?
Actually, we saw no sign of anybody he gathered from Stone's Throw.
Yeah.
They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together.
Really? You'll help me look, mister?
Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me of a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there? We require but a moment.
Okay, mister. I'll be waiting.
I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do.
Good plan.
A legion of Garleans, an aether-starved primal, even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change.
Rena, Landonia, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelfth Wood has taken a turn for the worst. I will explain in detail once you arrive.
Speaking of getting cold from one plot line to another, the Twelves would. Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, you two. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself.
Yeah, just for the record, Doodles, without too many spoilers, Faye and Rylea at the end of Endwalker are still dealing with Omega Crop.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And we'll be dealing with Omega Crop for some time.
Yeah. That's a story bit that keeps on giving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on a moment.
Oh?
We
Yes?
have some checking to do.
Oh,
Because
checking.
they are offering bracelets.
Ooh.
Tanking, melee, and aiming.
Okay, I could use the tanking.
Bracelets.
I could use the
90.
melee.
And
And
okay, I need tanking.
I'll probably go with the tanking, but yeah. I need to do something about getting stuff so that I can equip myself better. Unfortunately, that might mean off stream or making big bunny eyes at Raylan and Theron and Rylea for crafting stuff. Oh, you're missing whole chapters in between there, Doodles. Trust me. Ah. Yeah, it's special.
Of
Actually,
course,
we should
this
have gone
means
out
that
the
we're.
other way. Oh well.
Of course, this means we're also coming up fast and quick on one of my favorite duties.
Hmm.
Never understood half of that one.
I can sit down and try to explain if you'd like.
That would mean spending too much time with it.
It's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Not to compare to the tethers in Hades.
No, at least I understand those.
I don't.
You understand them, you just don't know how to pass them off. But you
Okay.
understand them.
Okay, fair enough. Poke, poke. Poke, poke.
Oh, fine.
Oh, wait, we need to go to the Rising Stones, not... She could have gone out the other entrance. Dang it! I'm still trying to mentally auto-path to the Waking Sand!
Yeah, well.
It's been nearly a decade, and play Return to the Waking Sands! Oh, wait, I should have gone to the Rising Stones. You'd think I'd know better by now.
Old habits die hard. And Urianjay will be happy to see you.
Oh, it was really funky when we were doing our initial playthrough with Theron and Rylea. Urianjay was still in the Waking Sands, so he could give us the Binding Coil of Bahamut quest because we could never find a party for it. While his body was being in a zombie-like state in the Rising Stones. At the same time, it was like, wait, how does this work? If I remember right, all the different quote-unquote headquarters we've gone through is the Waking Sands, the Rising Stones, the Falling Snow,
Yes.
and the Ruby Bazaar. I don't know if the Crystarium counts or not.
Maybe.
Actually, in that case, it would be the Falling Staircase.
Wandering Staircase.
Yeah, the Wandering Staircase.
Yes.
Which is the best name for a bar that's raised up above a platform, so you have to take stairs to get to it.
Yes.
And then trying to navigate down the stairs when you're done there in the evening. I love the Wandering Stairs. It's like my favorite bar ever. Okay, Rising Stones. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, people have moved around, or have they?
No, they have not.
Okay. So we talked to him last time. Yeah, everyone's there.
And Thancred has not changed, so
yeah, he's
probably not a lot of changes.
Entrance to the Solar.
Well, he's new.
Oh, hello, Mr. Serpent Herald. What are you doing here?
I'm come on behalf of the Elder Seeds here to petition the aid of your order. The antecedent has been apprised of the situation.
Yes, there is a beer called the Rolling Rock. Not sure what Baron thinks of that one. You might have to ask him. Hello, Minfilia. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Rena Ladonia. The latest news from Old Dahl was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless, it will heal ere long.
Ow.
The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now.
Okay, and I was saying tanking.
Yeah, tanking. Tank. Let me get that
Okay.
squared away.
Really, guys?
Mm?
The Noct wristlets, which should be the tanking ones, and the Gloom wristlets are actually identical stats.
Probably, but the Noct would be for tanking and the Gloam would be for gloaming.
Really now?
Sorry, that one.
What am I going to do with you?
Accept Minfilia's quest once your gear is set up.
Lord of Levin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ophelia wishes to discuss the latest threat to arise in the Black Shroud.
Thank you for responding to my calls with such haste. Rest assured, I have not summoned you here were it not urgent. To business, then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramu.
I'm sorry, but may have, then it is not yet certain.
The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion.
Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to only act to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine that he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the sylphs or their territory.
The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not so soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw the eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the sylphs are, You know how the sylphs feel about people poking around their territory? They already summoned Ramu once after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came trampling through their forests.
And so long as Castrum Arian stands, the sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. Well, that's a first. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable.
So, this implies that Baelsar's wall, that huge freaking monstrosity that cuts through the middle of the shroud, was built between when the red moon fell and now.
Yes.
That is a heck of a construction time on that monstrosity.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god.
I am put into mind of Titan and the Kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for our primal's coming.
Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Ladonia, Rena, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning.
A fond hope. Were such things possible, we would not have been. Were such a thing possible, we would have not been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Rena, Ladonia. Pray report to Commander Hilo at the Adder's next time you are able. Steel yourselves for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to the matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Leven will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow scions will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. Checking with Minfilia again.
And
Hmm?
this is the bit where they shorten things for this patch, isn't it?
Yes.
Because in here, you actually, originally, we would go into the Shroud to investigate what's actually going on.
Well,
instead of
that's
just getting
still
the
coming
reports.
up.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean there's the bit where you investigate Ramu himself, but there's the bit before that where you're investigating what's going on, and of course the sylphs are putting illusions everywhere.
Yeah, they cut out some of the illusion part, but the investigation is still there.
Okay.
The Elder
Because
Seedseer...
unfortunately that means they cut out one of the best lines they had in this sequence.
Yes, they did. The Elder Seedseer has asked for you by name. Pray report to Commander Hilu at the Adder's Nest in Gridania with all haste. And Mr. Harold?
Yes, Foxfire. Rendezvous with Ramu. Ow. I'm almost surprised they didn't use that as a quest name. And yeah, that's what he said beforehand.
Okay.
Now, do you know the reference?
Not off the top of my head. It sounds familiar, but...
There was an Eorzea clerk novel, kind of one of the originators of the big dumb object genre. Oh, now people have changed. And it was Rendezvous with Rama.
Ah, okay. Tataru? Take care, Rena, Ladonia. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures when you return. Blahaman? Duty calls? Well, no matter the task, I have faith you will see it through to the end.
Thank you.
Over by
Huzan?
the picture, Huzan?
The children are quick to take to Eorzean ways, but I cannot claim the same flexibility.
That's okay. You have your family with you. Everything's negotiable past that.
Speaking of, Koharu?
Hey, Miss Rena, what's a Ramu? Is it a cute, fluffy, like horse bird? No, it's not. We wish it was,
wow.
but it's not. Hey, Gary? I tried substituting native ingredients several times, but the result was a bit pale imitation of authentic Doman cuisine. Keep at it, girl. You can do it. Coltone?
Coltone? Mayhap one day we shall accompany you into the field, but for now we must see to less glamorous duties.
Dawari?
Speaking with Master Coltone has opened my eyes to a great many things. I had no idea the world outside Doma was so strange and wonderful.
He's enjoying the adventure. Hori?
Worried about leaving us alone? Don't be. While the Archons are away, Hori Boulder will keep the little ones safe.
You go, my man. Yosa?
Donia? Rena? Is it true that you're going to go adventuring again? I'm so jealous.
Well, it is our job. It's what we do.
Yeah, with new primals and a new super weapon, I suppose we're out of retirement.
Yeah, there's no true retirement for us adventurers. Just another adventure on the long road. Ain't that right, peeps? Marshmallow?
Quirk.
And off to Gridania!
Oh,
And a camera
actually-
full of chocobo butt.
Loading. Okay, so this time will be the healing and casting bracelets.
Yeah.
130. 130. No, I have no need of those.
I do for my casting set, so. Yeah, the main problem with coming in off air to try and gather tombstones is that I will just overlevel things.
Yeah, there is that.
So maybe I should bat my big eyes at Theron and have him mail me stuff.
I don't think you'd ever met your Theron.
He'd have to mail through you. It's the one annoyance in this game that I find is that you cannot friend your alts. And you cannot mail anything to someone who is not on your friends list. I know why they did it. It didn't originally happen that way. But they did it to try and get around people, or mostly bots.
Yeah. Another reason why we can't have nice things.
Mm-hmm. But it really kind of puts a stifle in the classic roll an alt as a mule strategy that most MMO players use. Hello, Huloi.
Ladonia, Rena of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. So my men stand ready for any eventuality. I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. Conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand.
What's silly is we just came from there. Wait,
Yeah.
What do you want? I'm scared I know what you want. Oh dear. We'll deal with those later. Particularly the second one on that list.
And yeah. Fear and Odin in the Shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can admit to a certain amount of loathing for that one.
Hello, Silent Conjurer.
Not very silent, he's talking.
She, actually.
She, still. Hey, wow, the weather cleared up in here.
Yes, it did. Which is weird because this is not an in, this is an out.
Yes! Their own little weather control for the lotus stand.
Let's start with Stola.
Okay.
I am most curious to hear how the Elder Seedseer means to treat with the Lord Ramu. Thancred?
I see the Selves have sent their own representative. There can be no doubt then.
Papalaima?
It is said that once Ramu passes judgment, his wrath is implacable. 'Twould be best to conclude this discussion ere Gridania and his people are placed upon his scales.
Ida? Whatever the Elder Seedseer is planning, I want to know that I'll be right there by your side. And I'm sure your Stola won't be far behind, even if she does think everything's mankind's fault. So. Oh, hello, Walking One. It is good to see friend of Elder One.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason,
and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
We will, Elder. Doodle, that's horrible. And he's been ordering DoorDash for weeks. The trash is getting nasty. We're hoping he'll be willing to move to the suburbs. See if he'll smoke a bowl with you and then rap about things.
Yeah.
The whole last line is actually very, Gridania-like.
Well, we're just coming up on 11.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go have some, tea, cookies, and maybe an eel pie with, Mother Mione.
Mm-hmm. And you realize what this means next week.
What does this mean next week?
A new duty.
Ooh, you said duty.
No, I'm pretty sure I had a good tea in there. So hush that.
Oh,
We might also want some help,
yeah, we would
just to make the queue go faster.
Yeah. The queue might take a while. Have a sheet.
No, the hatchling would rather be on the table.
No, he's down here at the moment. And so's my mammoth, who's just faithfully following along. We shall see. Well, yeah, it's been a long day. I mean, we're making slow progress with these two.
Oh,
Actually,
yes.
thinking about it, I believe... Yeah, Dancer opens up at...
Probably at
70?
70-something?
Which would be the top of Stormblood.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It would
No.
actually be the top of Heaven's Word.
Yeah, okay.
Because the way they
So around
currently
60.
set it
Yeah.
up is that new classes are 10 levels behind the... Or
Current
start at
top.
10 levels behind the current top of the expansion. That way, you have a chance to get up and running and then go through the rest of the expansion as the new class.
Mm-hmm.
Which they didn't do for Heavensward, which is why trying to get at the Heavensward classes is kind of annoying because you have to get actually into the main city there
Yeah.
to get access to them. Oh, that was another place that we kind of considered headquarters for a while, was House for Toms.
True. Very true.
In any case, it is that time! Thank you so much for joining us. We will, of course, be back with a new run of Heaven on High on Saturday, the Buns on Sunday, and we'll try and start our push towards ending Sea of Nier on Monday, since my eye's doing a lot better. I can actually see the bullet hell enough to dodge it all.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Though I think I have to go and collect every single weapon to get ending C.
Yeah, they were talking about something like that.
It's actually
Have
pretty
fun.
doable, but I'll have to double check. The big one is whether there's one at the end of the fishing chain or not.
Oh.
Thank you all so much for joining us. You guys have a good night. Be safe, be well, sleep well, and we hope to see you tomorrow night for some running around and bullet dodging hell in Nier.
Yes. Everyone have a great night, and see you next weekend or at some time nearer to that. Nearer to this.
You almost nailed that.
Almost.